Hello, it's Diane and welcome to my channel, Diane's Sewing Room. So I have a few things to share with you today, and first of all I've been making some more underwear, and also I've decided to make some little sets using up my scraps which I can then wear as pyjamas, because we tend to go away in our caravan. We have a touring caravan, and I find it's in the summer something nice and light to wear for bed. So a little camisole top, similar to the one, well, the same as one I shared in a previous video as part of the pyjamas, but I'm not making the full pyjama set. I'm just making the camisole tops, and then I'm making the knickers to go with them. Now what I'm doing is I'm not using the acacia knickers for these, which I used in a previous video. I'm using a pair that I already own as a pattern, so I've cut round them and made myself a template for those. And the first pair I made were these. So I'm trying to think if I shared these in the previous video, because I had made two pairs of the acacia knickers and then I moved on to making these. So these are from a pair I already own, and then I've added the deep band of elastic at the top, and this is just twin needle round the bottom. So that's what I've done there with those. And then I've made the cami from this pattern which I shared before. So the new look pattern, I've got a bit of background noise, can you hear my son in the background? So the new look pattern 6142, I shared this before when I made some pyjamas from it for a work project. So I made those bottoms and this camisole top. Now what I did find, I thought that the straps would be very long on me, so I've had to take quite a bit out. So I took out about 2 inches on the straps, because I do like them to be quite firm and up here rather than hanging right down here. So this is the top that I've made for myself, and I will insert some pictures of that. So it's a nice little cami top, and then we have this set that go with it, and also these. So I've got the peach lace to edge the front of these, and then just a regular elastic at the back. And as I said before, on these ones what I've done is I've just done a twin needle around the hem on the legs, and on the inside I've used the plain white cotton jersey gusseting as well. So we now have 2 pairs to go with the cami top. So that's one set finished, and I thought these would be really nice for when we're in the caravan in the summer, because we do go away quite a lot. Bless you. So I've got quite a lot of scraps of jersey and things which are just big enough to make a camisole and a little pair of knickers. So I thought that was a really nice, another fun way of using up those scraps. So let me know if you're doing something similar and if you've used this pattern. So like I said, I think it's really good because it's got quite a lot of different patterns within the one there. You've got the hoodie and the 2 different tops. You've got a vest top as well, and you've got 2 different styles for the pyjama bottoms if you want to make the full pyjama bottoms. You could also cut them off and make them as shorts as well. So that's a good one. And also I thought I'd share what I'm wearing today. So what if I put the pattern? Here it is. So I'm prepared today, I've got the pattern ready. So this is a really comfy top. It's nice and loose, and it's got a boat neck, as you can see, finished with a band. So the sleeves are sort of 3/4, quite loose, and they go into a band as well. And this is a cotton jersey. Now I can't remember the exact print on this one, and I don't think it's in stock anymore anyway, so I can't really share that with you. But the top goes up, as you can see, to a point here, a curve, front and back, and it's loose. So it's a really nice, comfortable top. And this one is a birder pattern. Now I do like birder patterns. I've got a lot of birder magazines which I've traced patterns out of, and I've also got quite a few birder patterns. So it's this one that I used here, version A. As you can see, you could do a plain back, so you could do a different print on the back if you wanted. It's another great one for using up your scraps if you want to do different contrasts of colour, or do some colour blocking, do some print matching. You know, there's lots of different ways you can play around with that, and you could do different coloured bands as well. So like I said, I think it's a really nice shape, and you also get the option to make this blouse as well. So that's what I'm wearing today. So that one's Birder 6233. So that's that. So I am going to be making some more of these sets. Now, I did say in the last video that I was going to make the padded jacket in the denim. That was one of my to make projects. So I have ordered a zip. So I've ordered the zip for the front of the correct length, so open-ended, and I've ordered one with sort of bronze coloured, brass coloured teeth. I thought that'd be nice. So I've ordered that. I've had to order just a little bit extra wadding because I had some in the bundle of gifted fabrics, but not quite enough, so I've had to order a smallish piece, so that wasn't expensive. I already have the denim, and I already have lots of fabrics and prints that I could use up on the inside as lining, so that won't cost me anything extra. So I'm going to get started on tracing off the pattern pieces from my basic black book, and then when I've done that, I'm going to do a little test run actually. I've got plenty of fabric to work with, haven't I? So there's no point going straight into the denim and getting it wrong. I am going to do a little test run for the sizing because, as I said, the patterns in that basic black book do come out quite small. So I'm going to do that, and then when the rest of my wadding arrives and my zip, I can get cracking straight away with that. I'm still plodding away with the blocks for my quilt. But I have a little dilemma actually this week because I've been using solely scraps for this, and that's what I wanted to do, use up lots of scraps. It does mean that I'm mixing and matching a few types of fabric, which you're not supposed to do in quilting, but it was supposed to be a scrap busting project. And I'm sure like hundreds of years ago when everybody was making quilts out of scraps, they weren't being sticklers for making sure everything was exactly the same kind of fabric. But then I suppose back then there would have been less variations in fabric, wouldn't there? I think most things would have been made out of the same kind of stuff anyway. But because I started off with all these sort of creamy coloured backgrounds as I was using up my bits, and then a few of them have sort of really pale pink from one of my husband's old shirts that he didn't want anymore. I ran out of those bits now. I'm trying to make sure, because it's 6 by 6 blocks, that I'd do 6 in each sort of design, and then I could move them around and try it out when I lay it all out, what it's going to look like. So he's given me another shirt that he won't wear anymore because it's well past its best really. But looking at it at the side of the other fabrics, I'm not sure it works very well. So this is the background on this one. You can see it's got sort of a purple check. Now, I've laid them out on the floor, and looking at that next to that cream, can you see? I think that's going to drag the colour down. See, already holding that up in the camera, to me that looks really dark. Let me know what you think. Maybe with just a few interspersed here and there, it will look okay. But I'm not sure. And I've also used a dark fabric in this one, which I'm not sure about. Is that too dark, or is it okay with all the other light spring colours? So if I'm going to carry on using up scraps for this project, I'm going to have to accept that some of them, they're not all going to be cream because I haven't got any more cream left. So some of them are probably going to be lilac, and I've got a few more pieces of pink, pale pink. The only other option is I've got some prints. So I've got some prints sort of white with little blue flowers on and cream with purple flowers on. But that will stop the background from being neutral. So I think maybe you might lose the design a little, and I don't want to spoil it after spending so much time on it. So I'm more than halfway through now, and a few more weeks and I should have all my blocks done and ready to start joining together. So I never intended on rushing that project. It was always meant to be something that I just did a bit of each day, and then they all gradually come together. Well, that's all from me for today. I'm going to go and get on now with my various projects. So I've got my tracing off to do, and I've also got my olive skirt to start. So I'm going to start that after lunch, I think. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe and comment below. I always love to read your comments, and I'll be back soon with more sewing. Bye for now.